Hey guys, I'm going to start off day 17 with reading to you the article How Things Work, Solar Cells. So if you want to follow along, go ahead and grab your day 17 work and get ready. It says, a solar cell is a tool that uses sunlight to make electricity. It can power many things from calculators to space stations. A battery may run out, but the sun never does, at least not for a very long time. People have used the sun's power in the past. Ancient Romans in Europe used the sun to heat their buildings. Native Americans did too. But later, scientists learned about electricity. They found a connection between electricity and the light in certain materials. The first solar cell, as we know it, was made 60 years ago. Silicon. Metals let electricity flow through them. Nonmetals do not let heat or electricity flow. Semiconductors are somewhere in between. Semiconductors are the most important part of solar cells. One of the most common semiconductors is silicon. When light shines on it, silicon gets hot. It starts to act more like a metal. In other words, it becomes very good at letting electricity flow. Design. Solar cells might look simple on the outside. They are actually made of many layers or parts. Each part has a specific job. Let's follow a ray of sunlight that shines on a solar cell. First, it passes through a clear layer. This top layer is usually made of glass or plastic. After that, the light hits an anti-reflective layer. This layer's job is to catch as much light as possible. It sends the light down to the next layer. The next layers are where electricity is made. Two metal parts collect this electricity and send it to where it needs to be. For example, they could send it to your phone. Between the two metals, there is an absorber. The absorber is made of a semiconductor like silicon. It understands what happens here. To understand what happens here, we need to understand electrons. All matter is made up of tiny building blocks called atoms. These are made up of even smaller parts. One of these parts is called an electron. Electrons are on the outside of the atom. They can jump off when they get excited by heat and light. In some elements, atoms won't jump without the help of another element. In order to break these electrons free, other elements can be added. This is called doping. In the solar cell, silicon is mixed or doped with other elements. When certain elements mix with silicon, some of their electrons break away. This creates extra electrons that can move freely. Sunlight gives them the extra push that gets them across the cell. These moving electrons are the cell's electrical current. Now the cell can finally charge your phone. Many uses for solar power. More and more people are using solar energy. It can power homes and tools for cooking food. Some have even used it to light up their jack-o'-lanterns at Halloween. One day, solar energy could become very cheap to use. Scientists are even working on new solar cells that can bend. These could turn your umbrella or your clothes into a charger.